Evil allures, but good endures, by Leo Tolstoy. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. Translation by Constance Garnett. There lived in olden times a good and kindly man. He had his world's goods in abundance, and many slaves to serve him. And the slaves prided themselves on their master, saying, "There is no better lord than ours under the sun. He feeds and clothes us well, and gives us work suited to our strength. He bears no malice, and never speaks a harsh word to anyone. He is not like other masters, who treat their slaves worse than cattle, punishing them whether they deserve it or not, and never giving them a friendly word. He wishes us well, does good, and speaks kindly to us. We do not wish for a better life." Thus the slaves praised their lord, and the devil, seeing it, was vexed that the slaves should live in such love and harmony with their master. So getting one of them, whose name was Allures, into his power, the devil ordered him to tempt the other slaves. And one day, when they were all sitting together resting and taking of their master's goodness, Allures raised his voice and said, "It is stupid to make so much of our master's goodness. The devil himself would be kind to you if you did what he wanted. We serve our master well, and humor him in all things. As soon as he thinks of anything, we do it. Foreseeing all he wishes, what can he do but be kind to us? Just try how it will be if, instead of humoring him, we do some harm instead. He will act like any other. He will repay evil for evil, as the worst of masters do." The other slaves began denying what Allures had said, and at last bet with him. Allures undertook to make their master angry. If he failed, he was to lose his holiday garment, but if he succeeded, the other slaves were to give him theirs. Moreover, they promised to defend him against the master, and to set him free if he should be put in chains or imprisoned. Having arranged the bet, Allures agreed to make his master angry next day. Allures was a shepherd, and had in his charge a number of valuable purebred sheep, of which his master was very fond. Next morning, when the master brought some visitors into the enclosure to show them the valuable sheep, Allures winked at his companions as if to say, "See now how angry I will make him." All the other slaves assembled, looking in at the gates or over the fence, and the devil climbed a tree near by to see how his servants would do his work. The master walked about the enclosure, showing his guests the ewes and lambs, and presently he wished to show them his finest lamb. "All the rams are valuable," he said, "but I have one with closed, twisted horns, which is priceless. I prize him as the apple of my eye." Startled by the strangers, the sheep rushed about the enclosure, so that the visitors could not get a good look at the ram. As soon as it stood still, Allures startled the sheep as if by accident, and they all got mixed up again. The visitors could not make out which was the priceless ram. At last the master got tired of it. "Allures, my friend," he said, "pray catch our best ram for me, the one with the tightly twisted horns. Catch him very carefully, and hold him still for a moment." Scarcely had the master said this when Allures rushed in among the sheep like a lion, and clutched the priceless ram. Holding him fast by the wool, he seized the left hind leg with one hand, and before his master's eyes lifted it and jerked it so that it snapped like a dry branch. He had broken the ram's leg, and it fell bleating on its knees. Then Allures squeezed the right hind leg, while the left twisted round and hung quite limp. The visitors and slaves exclaimed in dismay, and the devil, sitting up in the tree, rejoiced and did not say a word. The visitors and slaves were silent too, waiting to see what would follow. After remaining silent for a while, the master shook himself as if to throw off some burden, and then he lifted his head and raised his eyes heavenward, remained for a short time. Presently the wrinkles passed from his face, and he looked down at Aleb with a smile, saying, "O Aleb, Aleb, your master bade you anger me, but my master is stronger than yours. I am not angry with you, but I will make your master angry. You are afraid that I shall punish you, and you have been wishing for your freedom. Know then, Aleb, that I shall not punish you, but as you wish to be free, here before my guests I set you free. Go where you like, and take your holiday garment with you." And the kind master returned with his guests to the house. But the devil, grinding his teeth, fell down from the tree and sank through the ground. End of Evil Allures, but Good Endures. This recording is in the public domain.